All right, let's talk about a subject that can feel, well, a little intimidating for a lot of people, academic writing. Today, we're going to break down the core ideas from Mohammed AbdEllah's fantastic guide, Academic Writing, Simple Concepts and Easy Skills. Our goal, to give you a super clear map for getting your ideas out there with real power and precision.
So this is the big question, isn't it? The academic world is where we grow, where we discover, where we build our professional lives. But, it has its own language, its own kind of secret code. It can feel like you're standing in front of a locked door. But what if I told you the key to unlocking it was way simpler to find than you ever imagined?
Okay, let's dive right into the main idea. The book frames academic success around this really powerful duality. To really succeed, you've got to master two things that are different but also deeply connected: your academic mindset and your academic discourse. Just think of them as the two sides of the very same coin.
I love how the book breaks this down. It talks about the internal and the external. So on one side, you have the back end. That's your academic mindset. Think of it as your internal operating system. And on the other side, you've got the front end, the academic discourse. That's the user interface you show to the world.
So let's dig into that back end. The academic mindset is all about the work you do before you even write a single word. It's about being objective with your data, being relentlessly accurate with your claims, getting creative in how you solve problems, and using critical thinking to build theories that are just rock solid. This is your foundation.
And then there's the front end. Academic discourse is how you package all those carefully crafted thoughts. It's a formal, really structured way of communicating, and it's designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to get knowledge across with absolute clarity and precision. You got to follow the rules of your particular field.
But here's where things get really interesting. This isn't just about learning a bunch of rules for writing. The book makes this incredible point that the whole process actually changes the way you think. See, the goal isn't just to write better. It's to start thinking better.
This quote just nails it. This is the big transformation we're talking about. As you learn this new language, your brain literally starts building new pathways. You begin to see the world a little differently, to organize information in more sophisticated ways. You're not just adopting a style, you're actively upgrading your entire cognitive toolkit.
Okay, theory is awesome, but let's get practical. If we're going to build powerful academic arguments, we need the right materials, right? And the most fundamental building blocks of all are the words themselves. So it's time to build our vocabulary toolbox. So, according to the book, we can organize academic vocabulary into three clear levels, or tiers. You've got the general words we all use every day, then a specific set of academic terms, and finally those highly specialized terms that are totally unique to your field.
And it makes perfect sense. These tiers just build on each other in a really logical way. Think of it like you're layering your language. You're moving from the words everybody understands to the really specialized stuff. And mastering each layer is what makes you a great communicator.
So here's what that actually looks like. Step 1, you start with those general words like class or life. Then for step 2, you add that crucial academic layer, words like methodology or paradigm that you see across a bunch of different fields. And finally, step 3 is where you master the really technical language for your specific field, whether that's chemistry, law, or art history. And this highlights such a critical point. It's a classic trap. Even words you think you know can mean something totally different in an academic setting. Take the word discipline. In day-to-day life, it means self-control, but in academia, it means a field of study. Getting that context right is absolutely everything.
So you're probably wondering, okay, where do I find all these words? Well, the great news is you don't have to guess. Researchers have put together some incredible resources to give you a huge head start. Let's look at two of the most important word lists you should know about.
First up is the new General Service List, or the NGSL. This is your foundation, your basic toolkit. It has about 2,800 of the most common words in English. For anyone learning the language, mastering this list is the absolute bedrock of fluency.
Now, once you have that foundation, it's time to add the power tools. That's the new academic word list, or the NAWL. This list of 963 words is a total game changer because you see them all the time in academic writing, but they're not on the general list. These are the words that give your writing real authority. So let's just do a quick recap. We've talked about that essential duality of mindset and discourse. We've seen how language can literally reshape your brain, and we've pointed out the actual concrete tools, like these word lists, that can help you build your vocabulary from the ground up.
And of course, all these amazing concepts come from the super clear and practical framework in academic writing, Simple Concepts and Easy Skills. The author, Mohammed AbdEllah, uses his deep experience as an academic director and project manager to just demystify all these complex ideas, and that makes them accessible for everybody.
And really, that brings us to the whole point. This isn't about just teaching you rules. It's about empowering you. You now have a map of the territory, and you have the first few tools for your toolkit. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with them?